Hello everybody, welcome back here. Thank you so much for watching and thank you for everything, for click the likes, the shares, the subscribes and so forth for it. If you need some personal assistance and you need your personal chart, you can visit our website in there and you can find the contact in there, and it's gonna come towards me for two things. I made the Mercury retrograde video. That it's gonna be the first part. That is a from Mercury retrograde that goes in through the process, and when he's going to direct, but he has to go back to where it is turn retrograde, and that is going to be the second part of that video. It's going to be a good thing. It's going to be getting us through this process that it's going, and it's pretty good that we're feeling it, those energies, and today is going to be the one of the days those energies of really from Aquarius is going to be kind of like a felt in there. Very good divine energies they're gonna comes in early in the morning. You're gonna be feeling it as the ascendant and the sun. It's gonna be boosting the moon. At the same time, Pluto is gonna be boosting the moon with divine energies there. Talking about cosmic marriage, right there. You have Pluto, who is the divine God, the hidden God in there, the hidden transformations is in there, that helps to boost the intuition to understand where is her priority. This is where the feminine it's seeking where is her husband, where is her situations inside of her. It is the same time that is going to helping the authority to find its own intuition. In the personal level, that is going to be a very beautiful moment. But as a couple, we are talking about the energies in there. It's going to be this emerging from the shadow. You see, the sun is in a Scorpio. That is the emerging of the shadow. And divine, it's helping to pull that authority out of that underworld. But how? See, Pluto sends the energies into the intuition, and the intuition it goes into the authority, says, come on, you're good, you're great, you can get up from there. You don't need to be staying so long. It's time for you to get up. It's time for you to get into the right positions. And you're going to feeling this very beautiful divine energies that's going to be a very, very highly interesting with us. Here is the chart. As we see it, Pluto right here towards the moon, and the moon towards the ascendant and the sun. That is that very beautiful energy that's gonna come in the morning. You're gonna be seeing it in there. For the same time, Chiron is sending divine energies towards the ascendant. Very, very powerful energies. This, despite of all the conflicts and all the situations, because currently the moon sees that there is not a lot of friendliness, there is not a lot of what she needs to go forward. She's opposing the communications, but she chooses the divine. You see, the right feminine energy is going to be choosing the divine. And by choosing the divine, you're choosing the authority. Because guess what? The sun was putting you out in there. You to seek within that the divine. But at the same time, the masculine, the authority, also needs to have the divine energies from the intuition. Those are very powerful. Those are the main course in the personality, but those are the main course of what? The relationships. The authority have to understand what the priority of the intuition is, but at the same time, the intuition have to understand the rights and the authority for the approval. It could be yes, it could be no. A lot of the people have a problem of what? Understanding the power of no. And this is why a lot of the conflicts between a couple, it comes in from that problems from inner understanding between intuition and authority. Okay, because for you, maybe you're gonna get the approval, you're seeking it, you're feminine, You have that intuition within you. You see this is the right role. You see he's pushing it in there, and you go and you're sharing with, but they say no. How are you taking it, right? So this is a gonna be tough challenge, because for some of you that kind of like energy is gonna be really coming up today. All right, next hour at 8 o'clock energy, as this is the beginning of the week in there. The ascendant continue to be with the sun. That divine energy is gonna come out, but the midheaven that is at Virgo is gonna be squaring the moon, is gonna be squaring the North Node and Neptune. Be mindful of reorganizing some of the things and seeing it in there. Is it that really has to be reorganized? A lot of the duality is going to come in, but if you look at it, the right energies of Virgo, they are very beautiful with what? They're very beautiful with Uranus, they're very beautiful with Pluto, and they're definitely good with their authority. So it's in your authority to organize things, but don't kind of like get overboard with the emotions, because the emotions, that sabotage emotions, they're gonna comes out because they are squaring what? The knot. They're squaring the North Node, the place of you're going in your personal evolution within yourself. All right, 9 o'clock energies there. The midheaven is going to be at Libra. That is going to be the time that also the moon is going to be shifting into Cancer in there. Some of it, this family situations between mother-daughter is going to be faced in that. And I'm saying it this because the North Node is squaring between Venus and the moon, but at the same time, Venus is squaring the midheaven. And usually these situations leading to a lot of this, it could be leading from a grandmother, which is usually also representing old lady, which is that's what Lilith, the mean Lilith is in there. And that it's the affecting of maybe of 3 generations of feminine. So you are feminine, you have to take a look at it yourself, your mother, and your grandmother situations is in there on these cases, because those are the all feminine energies. Okay, but the ascendant right here is with Mercury. Some of the things that has never been spoken. Let's say like if your mother, if you had issues with your mother, you never talk about certain things. If your mother has issues, never talk about with you about this, and you're wondering why you have these issues, and then your mother never spoke with your grandmother. This kind of like a situations they're gonna comes out. Maybe something is gonna be rising within this surface because you don't want to talk about that. But those things is affecting not only you, but those things affecting, even if you take a look, the next generation. All right. Next hour, that is going to be at 10 o'clock. The midheaven, it's going to be at Scorpio, squaring Mars and Pluto. Now going from feminine to masculine energies, working on it. It's kind of like, this roller coaster of feminine, masculine, in there. As the moon, it's already moved into Cancer. There's going to be a lot of emotional times. This divine energy between the moon and the sun is not going to be there anymore. You only have the divine energy that it comes from Pluto, who says like, go, change, transform. Okay, you need to put these values of Age of Aquarius towards the family. The family, you need to talk about energies, how the things is, how the situation is. If you feel something, you should talk about it and go for. But with that kind of like of energy, some of the people is not gonna be doing this, because the masculine energy is gonna have the effects. And as we know that every time that the masculine energies it's coming through under pressure, they either are overreactive or they are going underreactive, which is mean this is going to be like a silent treatment in there, avoidance, just watching with anger and don't even say a word, right? those are the kind of like moments that you should have to take a look, because these situations, they're not healthy for you, but they're not healthy even for the person you're going towards to it. So as a Venus is still squaring and opposing the situations in there, the feminine and masculine energies, they can go really within this debacles inside. But you got the message in the morning. Are you going to be trusting this? And the only thing with the trust is what? The intuition is going to be, because it's telling you where is the proper way. And you had earlier in the morning, you woke up with that energy. All right, 11 o'clock, that energies of Venus now again going into the feminine energies is going to be coming out in the horizon. Midheaven, it's at Scorpio. It's okay energies with Saturn in a way to look at the wisdom inside of it within yourself. The wisdom is important, how wise you are when you are under pressure of those energies. Sometimes you're going to be finding out that those energies doesn't apply to you. They're applying generally. They're general energies for the humanity, and they're going to be acting on different people differently. So if it doesn't apply, if you feeling those energies doesn't apply to you, don't take it like personally. Those energies that it comes in and you understand it and you feeling the gravity, you feeling these energies that it's within the collective, it is given to you. So if somebody has issues, you to know what to do. Okay, you to know what to do. It's the same thing like the weather. If you know it's going to rain, right? Somebody doesn't have an umbrella or something in there, and they're kind of like a struggling kid, should tell them, hey, you should better get the umbrella because it's gonna rain. And don't go to work because the report says blah blah blah, right? So 12 o'clock at noon, the midheaven is with the sun. Currently, the sun is having a lot of situations with Uranus in there, but resolving it, that's going through Neptune, and that's going into Pluto. Okay, if you're taking that route, is okay, but direct confrontation is like, oh, you universe, or oh, you God, you punishing me, and you create these angers in there. You're asking for something. It's called the dark night of the soul. You know, it's like, yeah, usually exactly that energy between the Taurus, and particularly when the sun is in Scorpio within the underworld. Yeah, you can trigger things like this like no tomorrow. So be mindful. It doesn't matter if you're feminine or masculine, particularly because right now the feminine and masculine energies at the same time, they're under pressure. We are talking about from personal transformations of the warrior, that is going to be a Mars Pluto positions, and we are talking about the sun, who I am. I'm saying what it's going to be compared to what the universe has for you. And now within those clashes in there, for you can do a lot of mess, and be mindful about. Okay, particularly that also Mercury is opposing Jupiter. Those oppositions can lead to a lot of mistakes. Okay, some of those mistakes actually they're gonna be on purpose. So don't try to say that when he did something on purpose, it was a mistake. Some people are gonna find some excuses for this, but you already know about it. Okay, all right. Next hour, 1 o'clock, the midheaven is going to be with Mercury. I already talked about this Mercury at the Mercury retrograde video. You're going to be seeing it. Desire not to talk, desire not to communicate, zipping it up. That energy of avoidance, silent treatments. That's a toxic patterns. They're not good for you, first of all. We're not talking about of the treating others, because as that energy is you are going within yourself, that energy is going what towards other people. Yes, you're harming them, but the person who's going to be the harm the most is the one who's producing it, because that energy is going to go back, because you are emitting it, you are attracting it. So the more you're emitting it, the more you're attracting it, and you get filled up with that energy. That's going to be ultimately affecting you. What you should need to do, it is about looking at the communications, clear some of the patterns in there, hear some of the situations that has been built up, and learn. Learn to communicate. The most time to learn to communicate what's uncomfortable. But you're gonna find out that that uncomfort in there with those talks is actually the best comfort zone you can find, because you have someone to talk about uncomfortable things. But this is gonna be a lessons for everybody in the age of Aquarius. Okay? Stop hiding those talks. Stop hiding these things that's been piled up through generations that turns to a damaged toxicity family patterns. Because the moon right now is going to be going in Cancer. She's going to be looking at those patterns right now. And as we're talking about this at 2 o'clock at the midheaven at Sag is opposing the moon. Moon is already in the Cancer, right? Venus is opposing the moon. Now you're going to see it in the next hour, those particular patterns in there that has been not spoken within a family. You all know what I'm talking about. Those are the things that nobody talks about, what really happened in the family, what really you had these negative energies. Particularly, we're talking about the kids that they've been witness certain things, which is you, right? If you witness it, right? So with these energies, in particular, that the ascendant is going to be at Neptune at Pisces, that's what is going to be. Those kind of like a dualities in there, hidden stuff, which is the Pisces does. Yeah, the Pisces does the hidden things, and they doing very well. Okay, because they think they know everything and anything, because they're the last zodiac sign. They just don't know one thing, how to complete things and how to be reborn. Just that is a one thing that they have to learn. But with that being said, in there, as the sun has this beautiful trine with Neptune, the authority is going to be looking within the subconscious. It's like, yeah, this needs to be revised. We need world 3.0. Okay. All right. 3 o'clock. Midheaven is going to be with Venus putting some pressure towards the North Node and the Moon. But from that, it is about seeking the wisdom with Saturn. Beautiful sextile in this case. A lot of the learning it's going to be in there. Ascendant is going to be at the end of Aries, at the beginning of Taurus. That is going to be this squares with Pluto and squares with Mars, putting a little pressure within the masculine's energies. But that is just kind of like a warning. It's like I'm a feminine. I'm thinking about what the masculine might going to do, but it's the same time the masculine. It's like thinking. It's like, okay, this is feminine's energy. I don't know what they're going to do, but if they do like this, I'm just going to be negative as much as I can. And this is what happens the next hour. You see this red lines up here with Pluto, with Mars, and you see all those rest of the energies. Here is your conflict. But as a Mars and Venus there in the divine energies, that's what you need to look. It's going to be a huge test, right? But that is the new way. You're going through a changing of patterns. It's going to be hard. It's going to be tough. It's going to be rough. But guess what? It's going to worth it, because you begin in an example of how to overcome old issues that nobody's been answered for thousands of years, for thousands of generations. You're building the new earth. Okay? That's what you have to stay on focus and holding to that divine energies, because there is nothing else. Everything else is just the lessons after lessons. All right. 5 p.m. The ascendant is going to be with Jupiter. Powerful energies they're going to be with Chiron, and with Chiron going into Mercury. Otherwise, lack of the growth, lack of the situations, and learning the wisdom in there, because some people talk to you. Some people telling you certain things. And guess what? You did not learn them. And now your subconscious is coming back, because Saturn is start going forward. Saturn is like, yeah, I told you so. Did we talk about I told you so about 4 or 5 months ago? Yes, we did. Right? Saturn did that. Saturn teach Venus, Saturn teach Mars, Saturn teach the Sun. And what happened to you right now? I told you so. You're probably hearing it. All right. Next hour, that is going to be at 6 p.m. The ascendant is together with the moon. You're going to see the moon is rising in the horizon in there. And with that energies, for a lot of the intuition is going to come. It's going to be remind you about what happened in the morning. And that is going to be these divine energies with Pluto. The ascendant is going to be remind you, and like, hey, don't bring this stuff, don't bring these situations. But usually on these energies in there, you're back home because the moon is at home as well. And that is at 6 p.m. Usually you're back home from work. All that pressure, where are you going to put in the seventh house in the relationship? And where is the seventh house right now? It's Venus. And Venus is under pressure. And if you take in the wisdom that you're learning through Saturn, Saturn is trining the moon. You go to the direct opposition, you screw up. The road that you're going up front of you, you're screwing up the relationships with Venus and the moon. Basically, this could be a ruined relationship, mother-daughter relationships, and the same time. And those negative aspects they're coming also from the ascendant and the midheaven that it's squaring Uranus and the authority. Here is your disaster. But the divine help in the morning is gonna comes out. It's gonna remind itself. Okay, but usually in those cases, the people gonna be acting towards the negative energies. And this is why the divine help, it's going to be coming towards you. You're going to take it and you're going to perform it. Okay? All right. Next hour, the things is going to get a little bit more, in a way, tricky and so forth too, but it's going to be a lot of wisdom. Midheaven is together with Saturn, powerful energies with Venus. You're learning the wisdom of love. You're learning that energies about the mother. It's like, yeah, I have to be more with this. I have to be more. I don't have to have these conflicts. My mother had a conflict with her mother. Now I have the same conflicts as a child because my mother doesn't fix her issue with her mother. So now I have the same issues as a woman with my mother. Where does this goes? Now I'm going to take the different approach. Now I'm going to be taking it there. I'm going to take it in this evolutionary way. I'm going to give the wisdom. I'm going to go and tell my mother, listen, because you didn't do this and this and this, you don't have to project this within me. I have my own stuff to do. I need to fix this. I get in it, and that's it. It's not mean to you to break the relationships in there. Okay? But in yourself, you also have to look at it. What was the relationship towards your mother? Where is your moon in your chart? It's determining your emotions. Okay? That's what this is. And your relationship. You have a square or you have opposition with the moon. That's going to be telling you where the issues are, what areas of concerns there are, what house they are. Okay? All right. Next hour, 8 p.m. The ascendant is going to be at Cancer opposing Pluto and squaring Chiron, unhealed patterns. We just talked about this, right? The midheaven is going to be with Neptune. That is going to be this subconscious patterns between Mars, the Sun, and Neptune. Powerful masculine energies. That you find that courage. You put that warrior within you. So you fighting the old within yourself. You put that authority in there. It's like, come on, get out of this old stuff. Get out of this underworld. Stop with this. But at the same time, it's going to the subconscious. It's like, you need to stop thinking that. That is not the new ways. You need to think differently. You need to go and change. And that is going to be the energy of Pluto is going to be pushing in. All right? Okay. The next hour, that is going to be at 9 p.m. Energies. Mars is going to be opposing Pluto. Pluto is just about that much to walk into Aquarius in there. A beautiful shift. Mars, as you see it, his own focus is the road. Walk in the road. And that is whoever walks within that road, within divine, knows how to get in there. But Mars understands another thing. He's tired. Not he cannot do the things alone. He's tired. He wants to do the proper way with his partner, Venus. And this is why these divine energies in there between Venus and Mars, they're right now in force. They're in the full force at this moment. All right. All right, 10 o'clock, it's coming. Midheaven is going to be a Taurus. Things has to be changed in the material playground. Of course, they have to be changed. Things right now in the material world, it's more the disaster than anything else. Okay? I mean, people are looking at finances, how I look, how it is, and so forth. On the other side, you have to fix your body, you have to fix your things, you need to heal this situation, but you also need to heal how's your relationships is, right? But also we're talking about this economics, this situations that how come, for the one is okay, for the other one is not okay. So there is a lot of this energy is gonna come out as putting pressure on the masculine energies, but at the same time that energy of the midheaven is gonna be okay with the moon. The moon is gonna be like, I'm working more about the emotions. I don't care if you give me a palace. If you don't give me the proper emotions, that is going to be a one called palace. Okay? I want emotions. I want care. Even if it's a small house, as long as I'm going to be happy in my life, that's always matter for me. As long as I have what I need, I'm going to be happy with me. So this is kind of like an energy that is going to be triggered because that midheaven, it's got a divine energies with the sun, right? Okay. Changes, guys, changes. All right. 11 o'clock, the divine is going to be remind you. It's going to give you the divine energy. Some of the divine energy is going to be looking at into your shadow. But at the same time, the ascendant that is at that Leo is going to be pointing out the divine energies there from Pluto and Neptune that you are going to have to fight with all this. But what is your biggest fight? That is that the ascendant, it's squaring Uranus and the sun. Your authority in there. But that authority is with the proper visions from Neptune. That is with the proper energies with the Mars. All you have to do that. You don't have to fight. You need to understand when to fight. But sometimes in order to win the fight, you don't have to fight. You just have to let it go. Because who is in a war within themselves, they destroy themselves. But who is within a war to win over themselves, the whole bad attitude and everything, they will understand that practicing peace is much better than practicing war. And this is when the warrior understands that he is a warrior in the garden, protecting the garden, but not the gardener who does not know how to fight. If you want to make the difference in the world, you will understand what I just said. Okay, guys, that's all I have for you. And I wish you that this report's helping you out in your life. And I'm looking forward for your comments. And by the way, thank you for the comments. It's a great feedback in there for those who actually practice it. I see some positive changes within the people, and that's what is good. Okay. Deal love, guys. I will see you next time.